All right, so we're looking at the Bitcoin chart moving higher. Prices have broken out. Yes, you know that. I've already updated you on my previous chart. A few things I want to talk about here. One is the importance of patience. Patience, come look, I took a break from trading. Um, I'm back now to trade and I want to continue doing it, right? But patience keeps standing out as the most important thing. Now, the wave analysis is critical, critical, completely critical. Like, if you want to learn the waves, I can teach you them. I'm not doing no course no more. I've decided no more courses, no more. You know what? You got to learn this stuff one on one. But I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm just saying that if I had to teach it, I would, but not through material. I have material because there's more to trading than just analysis of the waves, which I'm good at, by the way, in case you haven't noticed. It's patience. Patience is key. But hang on, how do you get patience in a market when it's chopping you out constantly and you're just trying to make a profit? Because knowing the waves gives you the ability to learn about patience, right? Because everybody always talks about psychology, right? What the hell are they talking about? Market psychology, trading psychology. Well, I believe that psychology comes down to patience as well as analysis. It's like they bind together in one because you can't have one without the other, right? You can be a spectator and get it right, but it's a different mentality when you're trading and you need to be patient and not get the FOMO, not behave like basically a freaking like the herd, right? Like one of those sheep that you always talk about saying, "Oh, you're a sheep, you're a part of the herd." You know, you buy high, you sell low. I mean, you become one of them. Like we instinctively just go towards that type of behavior as humans. There's two sides of the brain: the logical, the animal, right? The animal tends to take over the logical side during these times, and that's like where you got to like kind of you need to definitely have both of them trained well in order to succeed in trading. So this trade is amazing. You can make good money from this trade, right? Especially with the tiny little stop that I gave you, the support level. I mean, look at that. It did not come down to break it. That's not by accident, right? Even my failed attempt was good. DE. Your stop would have been lower. If you didn't know any better, it'd still be down there. The point is that this type of thing is always possible, but you want to be able to stay in the game when you're playing it. Because if you lose, you can't play the game. You can be good at analyzing the market, but you can't put a trade on because you lost it all or whatever stupid thing you did. So part of my coaching is going to definitely be a part about that. And I think having like a good support structure is important too, because when you have a collective team of really good independent analysis going on, you can formulate ideas in a group setting where someone will tell you, hang on a minute, you're being impatient, kind of keep people in check. I think that's important. That's something I would love to focus on moving forward, but I can only do that with serious people, I've learned. Because you could sell a course, get a group, no one contributes. That's not collaborative. That's no help to anybody, and it's a waste of opportunity, right? Opportunity cost. That's what it is. That's a problem. That's a big problem, I think. So there's a lot of wasted resources on this planet. And I think one of them is talent, another one is opportunity. And that can be because of patience and understanding. So I think we cover all bases with this sort of thing, with the coaching. which I haven't done yet, but I know exactly what to do now. It's called experience. So looking at the bigger picture, what are we looking at here? What is this pattern? See, this is the thing I've been working on lately because I said I would, and I believe this is the case, right? Since 2022, we've had a wave a small B, and then a 5 wave move for the C wave of a D wave, right? So we're trading in wave 5 now of the C wave. Okay, so if I take this C wave, put it up here, that's what I believe we're trading in, right? And now, if you think I can discern the patterns at the small degree, don't worry. At the larger degree, they look. When I get back into trading, it forces me to look back and get it right, right? When I'm not really trading, I get lazy at the analysis because I don't really have any skin in the game. Like I don't need to. But now I've got skin in the game. I need to know exactly what's going on because I'm back trading. So this here is pretty cool. I like this analysis. It's very fitting. And the thing that I like about it the most is it gives us a target for wave 5 using wave 1. So I believe this is wave 1 down here, right? And I believe this is the minimum expectation for wave 5. Except it doesn't go very far. Couple of things about that. One is, well, at least a couple. One is that you have to understand how waves operate in this setting. Okay. Now, have a look at wave 1 here versus wave 5. Oops, that didn't start there. Hang on. Wave, what am I doing? All right, wave 5, I believe it started here. Anyway, the point is it's longer, right? Wave 5 of wave 3 was longer. So we have no choice but to make a longer wave 5, not because wave 5 of wave 3 was longer, but because it needs to make a new high, given that this is an A, B, C, D, E pattern. It has to make a new high above wave 3 and all corrective patterns. All corrective patterns, including the A, B, C, whichever pattern expands, it has to make a higher high, right? So that's where I get my target because I'm using a rule which it can't be broken. But at the same time, we know wave 1 was pretty long, this is really good, right? Because obviously we're seeing wave 3 price action, right? But we also know wave 1 was at least this length. Well, wave 3 is going to beat that. This will break the high. So this here gives me the feeling that we are going to have another trade after this one. Okay. I believe that I'm going to trade wave 3 and take profit and wait for wave 4 and take a wave 5 position. That'll be cool, I believe. So, good time to be active in the channel, subscribing. Please boost my videos if you can. If you don't, who cares? The point is that yeah, like we need to see a 5th wave, and it's probably going to be a crazy. One of the things about D waves is that the C wave can expand, and you know what? That's the other thing too. I've got the bloody. You know what? I did this on my iPad. That's why it's doing it here. God damn it! Oh my god! I didn't have log turned on. Settings transfer from one device to the other. I also work in IT, so it kind of helps. Um, yeah, so let's just draw that. I was pretty sure that was longer, which it actually is if you have the correct scaling turned on. What the hell? Anyway, yes, there you go. See, it goes back to the high. So it's definitely going to do that. But if you look at wave 1, it is pretty long. So I believe this will go longer than wave 5. So minimum expectation is on this chart here, 40, 49,000, right? Yeah, 49, basically 49,000, right? On my trading platform, it's 49,000. Anyway, so at this point, it's basically pretty clear that this is going to keep going. So just keep that trade on, wait till we hit the highs, take the profit, wait for the correction, and then we'll see about wave five once we get there, right? Because it's already looking like wave one of wave five is already a lot longer than wave one of wave one. Like look at wave one of wave one. It's like this puny little thing. It was like little bounce. Yeah, it's going to definitely be bigger. And sorry, going back to what I was trying to say, for some reason there are some waves where wave D is bigger, and that's pretty funny, right? Because the whole pattern is a wave D, right? So it's fractal patterns, right? This is a wave D in total, except we're inside a correction where there's another wave D that's also big. I see this all the time, right? All the time. Not necessarily all the time, but I see it quite often. Like the D wave inside the D wave is big. Like I don't even know why. Actually, I think I do know why. From seeing it from so many times, people tend to think that this is a new trend. That's what D waves do. They make people think this is the start of a new trend. Because you've got to think about it this way, right? Well, there are only two patterns in a market. The market only creates a zigzag and a five-wave move, right? These are the only two patterns that the market creates, right? The market doesn't magically create some weird, um, you know, tetrahedron or some other you know, crazy pattern, right? That doesn't exist or that barely ever shows up in the world, that is like a quantum formula. It doesn't happen. It's very simple. It's a zigzag. I mean, this is up and down time, over time pattern. Like literally, could you draw that? And that's actually something that I encourage you to try and do if you ever learn the waves. Draw the pattern. I can draw a correction in a correction in a correction. I can. It's a pain in the ass to do, but I can do it. And that's because I know every single wave that will ever occur in the market. I can. So, uh, people tend to think that what they're seeing is a new trend. D waves do that, right? They really do. But then they get wrecked on that one. So, I've shown this before within my analysis that D waves can expand, right? And even though wave one is somewhat pretty small, right? Um, yeah, you can get crazy expansions in corrections, right? And then only come back down and then take off, right? This happens all the damn time. Like, like the one thing that I believe is true is that expansive corrections only prove like they're there to serve to indicate how large the future trend will be. That's what they're there for. They literally tell you to your face that the future trend is going to be absolutely massive compared to its current shape. And now, if you look at this D wave forming, it's going to be pretty big, right? Even if Bitcoin does fall down to 10,000, which I think it might, right? The D wave will go to what, 100 and maybe like close to 200,000 potentially, depending on how low it falls, etc. You know, um, but that's only corrective, right? I reckon there's definitely going to be a massive depression after this recession, like recession, pump, depression, right? Now these are all fractal patterns. I can tell you what they're going to do with a small degree, but this one's a long-term pattern. I've had a lot of time to think about it. Plus, I know what happened before that. Well, I believe I do. It's just I'm seeing some weird things now, and I believe it's just telling me what's coming ahead. And it's not a surprise that a D wave is also indicative of a mania bubble. It's literally a bubble, like it's a massive bubble. right? It's like when you like, I don't know, like when you like try and blow up a tire hose to ridiculous extremes, like, and you see this little bubble pop off the side, it just gets that extra shiny glow, and it's big. Yeah, it's a damn bubble. It's gonna pop, right? It's gonna pop first. That's probably what's gonna cause the pop, and this is that bubble in that tire hose thing, right? And it's gonna pop, and then yeah, so there's going to be a lot of pain in the market. There's going to be good times and bad times. Some people make money, some people lose. Some people who made money before might lose it this time, and then you get new players, and they'll lose or win depending when they got in, right? Uh, but for some reason, these markets are cyclical. It's just human psychology, and we all seem to create this pattern subconsciously in the markets. That's what I find fascinating about them, right? So we will definitely see absolutely insane years to come. It's going to be manic mania craziness, booms and busts. But then there's going to be an actual major trend that's going to be spurred on by probably some real need for this technology. It's no longer going to be a fad or esoteric. It's going to be like the thing that is driving us forward as humanity, as a civilization, as a societies, right? So I don't doubt that, by the way. I don't know if you believe that. But at the moment, it's completely speculative. But the beautiful thing is the patterns always hold true to what they are. So I suggest you learn them, because if you want to be a part of this, you want to be a part of this craziness that's coming. Like, I believe it's going to be insane. And yeah, let's continue to make profits. Keep following. Thanks for watching.